Hi, this is Michael Nearon, immigration lawyer and founder of visaplace.com. So what's going on with Justin Bieber and the petition to have him deported from the United States? If you've heard in the news, and most people have heard about this, so that he was charged with reckless driving. He was allegedly drag racing in South Beach, Miami, and he got caught, and he was charged with a criminal offense. Now, the question has come up that Justin Bieber is a permanent resident. He's a green card holder. He's a Canadian citizen, and he's a U.S. green card holder. And people are very upset about what has happened, and understandably so. And a petition has been prepared with thousands and thousands of signatures calling for his deportation. So what is this all about? Well, basically, if you are a permanent resident of the United States, if you are a green card holder, you could be subject to deportation if you've committed some serious criminality. Now, there are rules regarding this, and it depends on how many offenses you've committed or the seriousness. But as a permanent resident and not a citizen, you could potentially be deported. Even though you've lived in the United States a long time and you've made the United States your life, you still could potentially be removed. So people are understanding this, and the fact that Justin Bieber is just a green card holder, theoretically he could be subject to deportation. Now, in his case, I don't think that's going to happen. Even though it was a serious offense or a serious allegation that he's committed an offense, it was still a single offense, and I don't believe that it's going to be enough to result in his deportation. But for our clients who have green cards, I always tell them that when they are eligible, they should consider applying for a U.S. citizenship, because in the event they are charged with a criminal offense, or even wrongly charged, and they are in fact convicted, they could be subject to removal. And that in fact applies to Canada as well. If you're a Canadian permanent resident, you also could be subject to removal from Canada if you've committed an offense. So both sides of the border, it's important to think about applying for citizenship when you're eligible, because permanent residence, while it gives you the right to remain in the country on a permanent basis, there are conditions, there are circumstances where you could be subject to removal from that country, and that would be very devastating for people living there on a permanent basis. So for Justin Bieber, I don't think he has much to worry about. Hopefully he will stop doing what he's doing and start behaving like a grown-up, but I don't think he's going to be subject to removal for his offense. Okay, thank you and have a great day.